Hey Divi Nation, welcome. In this video, I'll be showing you how to add a bio hover effect onto your team member photos in Divi. As you can see, when you mouse over this image, it shows a brief description of the member. So this is what we'll be doing in this tutorial today. So without wasting a lot of time, let me show you how we managed to achieve this. Okay, so before we get started, there's a few things that we need to have in place before we can go ahead with the tutorial. So we're going to need some images. The size that we use here is 500 by 500 pixels, but you can use any size that you want. We're also going to use some CSS code, and if you need access to that, I'll link the article in the show notes below. Okay, so with that out of the way, let's go ahead and let's start working on this. So firstly, let's start off by adding some images of the team members. To do that, we're just going to go to Media and then click on Add New. Now, I saved all my images in a folder on my computer, so I'm just going to click on Select Files and then navigate to that folder. So mine are in the Documents folder, and you can see here it says Team Photos. I'm just going to collapse that and then select all the 4 images. Right, so I'm going to click Open, and then all these are now in the media library. Okay, so now that we have that in place, the next thing we're going to do is to add a new page. So I'm going to come here to Pages and then click on Add New. So let's call this page Team. I'm going to click on Use the Divi Builder and Use Visual Builder. So next, what I'm going to do is to add a background color to this section. So I'm going to click this gear icon and then click on the background color. Now you can use any color that you want, but if you want to get the exact same result, you can just use this hexadecimal color, which you'll find in the post. Okay, so now with my color in place, I'm just going to go ahead now and click on Save Changes. So next we need to add a single column. So I'm going to click this plus button and add a single column. And then I'm going to add a text module. So in this text module, all we need to do is to give it a title. So first of all, before I start typing, I'm just going to make sure that it's centered and the text is light. So here I'm just going to type Meet the Team like that. And then we're going to go into the design. Now what we need to do here to give it a bit of style is to come here to the text, and then let's use a different font. So in this case, we're going to use Roboto, and we're going to make sure the text size is set to 40. Let's make it all caps like that. Okay, that's looking good. I'm going to go ahead now and save. Now it's time to add a new row. So I'm going to click this plus button. So depending on how many team members you have, you can actually decide to either have 4 or 3 or whatever it is in a row. So in our example here, I've got 4 members. So I'm going to have 2 rows here, and then we're going to duplicate that to fit our 4 team members. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to add a text module like that. So here, making sure that you have the text selected, not the visual. Making sure you have the text selected, you need to paste this code. Okay, so once you've pasted this code, we're going to replace where we have all these caps to customize it to achieve what we need to achieve. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go here to the text color and make sure that it's set to light like that, so we can read it on this dark background. Okay, so now with that in place, what we need to do is to save it, and then we're going to duplicate this 3 more times. So I'm just going to come here and click on this duplicate button like that, and then I'm just going to drag this into place. I'm just going to drag it here to the right and then do it 1 more time like that. Okay, so these are placeholders. So what we need to do is to add all the content in the next step. So remember, we added these images of our team members into the library. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the library and get those URLs so we can add them to show the images. So what I'm going to do here is to open my dashboard in a new tab like that, and then I'm going to go into the media library and just get those URLs. So I'm going to start off with this one. So I'm going to grab this link here by just highlighting it all and then pressing Command C on a Mac. If you're on a PC, the shortcut is Control C. And then I'm just going to come back here, go into the gear icon to do the changes. So you see here where it says image URL goes here. What we need to do is to carefully select this and make sure that we don't delete the inverted commas, and then just paste. Okay, so now that I've pasted the image source, you can see straight away it shows right here. So let's go ahead and make some more customizations. So I'm going to get some dummy text here from Lorem 2, and then we're going to go here where it says caption, and this is where we're going to add our text. Now, in your case, you need to add the proper bio of the team member. And then here where it says team member name, we can just add the name. So I'm just going to call this guy Joe, like that. So that's looking good. So we're done with that. So that's what you need to do. So go ahead and do the same thing that I've done here to the other 3 team members. Okay, so this is my final result. I've gone ahead and added all the rest of the team members, and I've also added their names in place. So now that we have all this in place, the last stage we need to do now is to add the CSS, which will provide that hover effect. So if I come here to expand settings, we need to click this gear icon, and then we need to go into CSS, and this is where we're going to paste the CSS. So I'm just going to paste it like that. Now at first it seems like nothing has happened, so let's just go ahead and save the changes, and then I'll show you the effect. So you can see here as I mouse over these images, it shows the bio like that. So let's go ahead and publish the page. Fantastic. So now if we mouse over it, we can see now that that effect is taking place. So there you have it. Thank you all for watching. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, and do follow us on our social media platforms, and make sure you subscribe. By subscribing, you'll be notified every time we post new videos, similar to what you've seen today. Until next time, thanks for watching, and see you soon.